Chris, it's your first half results. How would you summarise them?
First thing to say about the results is that they're good. We've seen valuation go up by 2.2%. That's fed through into our net asset value, which means we're up to £5.91 per share. It's a sizable increase, particularly in the context of market conditions as we see them today. And on top of that, profits are up by 4%. So overall, we're very pleased.
So what's driven these results?
One of the factors that's definitely helped us in the course of the last period has been an increasing amount of polarization. This is something we expected to happen, but we're really seeing evidence both in the occupational markets but also in the investment markets that people want to occupy the best space. They also want to own the best space. And because of the way we have positioned our portfolio, we disproportionately benefit from that.
What's been happening to rents?
Rents have continued to rise. And really there are a couple of good ways of measuring that. And in the first way that I always look at it, ERVs are up. They're up by about 1.3% across the portfolio, and that compares with about 0.3% for the broader market. But on top of that, we've performed well versus ERV with our actual rents achieved on lettings and so forth have been substantially around 5% above where we've been on ERVs themselves. So again, a good performance.
Now talk us through the half and what you've been doing. There seems to be a lot of activity on a lot of fronts.
Yes, there's been a lot of activity, and that's frankly been a lot of work by a lot of people. I tend to think about it in 3 or 4 different areas. First of all, of course, in asset management. It's that asset management activity that helps to drive rents, and in turn that feeds through over time in terms of both our capital performance and our income performance. We've also been busy, as you know, in terms of acquisitions, where we've made a number of significant acquisitions, 3 really over the course of the half year, which have added in particular to income, but also we see the possibility of capital uplift. It's also been a busy period for us in terms of financing. We've raised over £1.2 billion in the debt markets in the course of the last 6 months. And really, for me, that's another sign of British Land exploiting its size and its scale to the benefit of its shareholders.
You've announced significant news concerning Leadenhall. What is that? How important is it?
This morning we've been able to announce that the transaction we've been working on, the pre-let with Aon, has signed. And for us, that's really exciting news. They are a world-class company. They're taking the bottom 10 floors, about 1/3 of the building, on, as you know, one of our prestigious developments. I think that's a good thing for London, it's a good thing for the city, and it's clearly a very good thing for British Land.
It's very clear we're facing extremely uncertain times in terms of the wider economy. How do you view the market, and how do you view how British Land is placed to weather whatever comes in the coming months?
There's no question that we're in a different position than we were in when we announced our full year results. We've seen a slowing of growth rates, not just in the UK, but around the world. We've seen every sign of a crisis in the Eurozone, and as a consequence of that, we've seen increased concern about the health of the banking system, and in particular of European banks. In that context, it's British Land's resilience in the near term and our ability to grow in the longer term, which I think is particularly important. What our results today showed was that we are resilient. As I've mentioned, we've seen an increase in profits. We've seen rental values continue to rise. But at the same time, we've been working hard, and real estate's a long-term business. We've been working hard to make sure that we're able to benefit in the longer term as and when the economy does recover. As you know, we've taken a number of decisions with respect to development, for example, over the last couple of years, which we really see as providing us with benefit in the longer term. But equally important, over the last 6 months, we've been really working hard on that development program. So we've hit major milestones with respect to construction. We're on site at all 6 sites. And at the same time, we've continued with our pre-letting program. I was delighted earlier in this quarter to be able to announce, for example, that we've secured a pre-let with Debenhams at our Regent's Place development at NEQ. That, for me, absolutely helps to frank the quality and the attractiveness of what our development programs are all about, not just at Regent's Place, but right across those broader 6 developments in the city and in the West End.
Chris Grigg, thank you very much.